Hello, this is Tim Cozen with Corinthian Construction, and we're here with our site foreman, is Fred. He's going to be giving us a little demo on this wall that we're installing back here because he loves doing cement work. So I thought I'd ask him a couple questions and we'll take a look at it. So Fred, tell us a little bit about this block wall that we're making back here.
This is a Keystone retaining wall. Unlike a cinder block wall, there's no rebar or concrete. The blocks are made of concrete, but there's no concrete filling to be done.
Okay.
It's basically stackable. You bury one row and you stack it up from there. And the way it works is it's got a lip behind the block.
Now pull that piece up and let's take a look at it.
It's got a lip back here, and the lip bumps up to the back of the bottom row. So when the dirt behind the wall pushes up against this block, that's actually holding up the wall itself. So it's a pretty cool system. They use these for really big walls. It lasts a lifetime, and when you're done, it's a finished product. Not like a cinder block wall where it's done and then you got the stucco it.
It looks like block or something. Yeah. Oh,
you can do really cool things with them. For example.
Okay. Now you see this stuff like on freeway walls and big old like 50-foot tall retaining walls and stuff, right?
The Costco's, you see huge walls.
Yeah.
You know, they obviously use a little bit different system, which is called the GeoGrid. But yeah, this is a really good.
Okay,
system.
so it's solid. So our wall's not going to go anywhere when we're done.
No, sir.
Okay.
This, as you can see, is a nice little stairway. You know, done with this block. When you put curves in these walls, it really makes it look good. I don't know if you can get a.
Yeah, let's take a quick angle out here. You can kind of see it.
And on the other side, it's going to have a lot stronger radius.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at that in a minute. So how do we do the prep? Like, how do we get this stuff ready to install? What's the first step?
Well, basically, you dig a trench.
Okay.
You know, and you're leveling it out, and you want to bury one full block. Depending on how high you're going to go. This being only 2 feet high, you know, you can get away with just burying one block.
Okay.
And so you have to level out the very first row perfectly. That's the hardest part, and from then on, it's just stacking the blocks up.
Oh, so it's pretty easy after the first shot, huh?
The first row, as long as the first row's solid, it's going to be good. If it's not, when you get to the top of the wall, you're going to see.
You're going to see waves
and when
and
you
stuff.
can look at.
You know, I've seen that on some cheaper projects where people just didn't stack it right, and it really doesn't look right. The seams don't line up, the blocks don't line up on top.
Yeah. So. So that's basically, and then when you're stacking the blocks, just make sure there's no rocks in between and everything.
Okay.
And there is a drainage system behind this wall.
Oh yeah, tell me something about that. So what we have the ditch first, and then we fill it with this gravel, right? And this is just a 3/8 inch crushed rock gravel.
Correct.
That goes down just in the bottom of the ditch. And then how does this drainage system work?
Okay, basically behind the wall, we have about 8 inches of gravel all the way down.
Okay.
And at the bottom of the wall, there's a 3-inch drain pipe. It's called a French drain. It's a perforated pipe. It just runs along the bottom. So this being a slope here, when it rains, all the water comes down. And if you don't have any release of pressure here, all that weight on this wall is gonna eventually bring it over. So the water comes down, it hits the gravel, it drains all the way to the bottom to the drain, and it releases the pressure all the way down the wall.
Okay.
So it's a really cool and easy thing to install as well.
Okay.
So that's your.
So one thing I've always wanted to know is how do you get the level right on these things? Because when you're dealing with something that goes from over there all the way to over there, like 100 feet or something, how do you make sure that block way over there is the same as the one on the other side?
Well, there's different methods. One, you can use a laser level, or you can do a string level. Now, when it's a straight wall, you can basically just stretch a string out and level the string and just follow your string. But this being a curved wall, there's no string to follow. So you can use a string level, like basically from here, and take it down to that end and make sure it's level. But basically we're running like leveling it as we go with like a 4 to 6 foot level.
Okay.
And you can check it with laser levels, but most of the time with the wall this size, you don't need the laser levels.
Okay, well let's go over and take a look and see what the guys are doing over here and kind of see the work in progress.
Okay, so here we go. So as you can see, the ditch is being dug to bury the first block.
Okay.
And as you see here, the first row gets set on gravel because you can level out the blocks a little bit better.
Sure.
And you backfill the block as you go.
Okay.
Since each block gets stacked behind each other, once you get so high, the wall is just going to lean this way, so you have to backfill it as you go.
Okay.
And as you see here, we got about a little bit more than 6 inches of gravel there. So the gravel is going to be this high. As soon as the water comes, the water goes straight down through the gravel, hits the drain, and it runs out.
So
It
okay.
releases all the pressure behind that wall.
Very nice. Now, how is this stuff? How's this stuff delivered? How do we get all this block up here? Do we put it in the back of our pickup truck, or
You don't want to put it in the back of your pickup truck. You're going to break your back, or your pickup truck just can't carry weight. You can usually get delivered. You know, this kind of things. You know, in our case, we go through their RCP or KRC. They deliver it, and they have this big forklift that, if it can fit back here, they'll bring it right to where you need it done. But a lot of times it can't, and that's when you really have to get some manual labor.
pretty much just drops it wherever we want it to go, right? Let's go around the front and take a look at that part,
Okay.
because this is kind of cool. So, for instance, with this delivery, we had I think we had like 12 or 13 pallets of rock and gravel that got delivered. So obviously you don't want to pick that all up, you know, by yourself or something. It just makes sense to pay for it to get delivered. And then out here we have our product, you know, sitting here. So how does our delivery guy, how does he drop this stuff off?
He basically, in this case, you see we got a steep driveway. He parks his flatbed trailer down there, and he's got this big three-wheel forklift. And from the street, he unloads each pallet, drives it up here, and the forklift is, I don't know, maybe 8 feet wide.
Those things are huge.
If it could fit around there, he would have dropped it off back there. But
Sure.
in this case, it can. So that's where you know, it's a lot of carrying, you know, to get the stuff back there. But
Well, you got to do it. And then this is the bags that the gravel comes in, isn't it?
yeah, I think it comes in a 1 yard,
Yeah.
1 yard bag, you know, and it's pretty cool because they keep it in the bag for you.
Okay.
You know, and the same thing with the gravel, if it's close enough if he has access to drop it off right by the wall, saves a lot of work, but it's not always that case, so that's what makes a difference sometimes. And
Fantastic. Now, how long does a wall like that take from, like, you know, concept where we're doing the digging and stuff to actually getting it knocked out and finished up?
well, let's say we got 2 guys working on it, it'll take them probably a week,
Okay.
you know, for a good 5 days, you know, just 2 guys on there, you know, one, maybe more if your block is far away from the wall. You
Gotcha.
need a couple more guys just to
Okay.
move the stuff around.
So it's not too bad a project. It goes pretty quick, really.
No, and it beats getting the concrete truck out here, the pump. When you do a cinder block wall, you got to get the concrete truck out here. In this case, you got to rent a pump. You know, that's $200 each time.
Yeah.
One's for the footing, one's to fill it. So this block is more expensive than cinder block, but once you're done, it's a finished product.
Yeah, once you're done, you're done. Well, fantastic. Well, it's a pretty fun project. Thanks for doing a quick video update for us. We'll stick this on the webpage, make you a big star.
Thank you, sir.